How much are you worth? That's the question of the day. Every one of these are going to be 18 minutes. My name's Steven Munson, Mr. Munson, and this is Live at 5. Every day I'm going to do this because I'm forming a habit. The first day I was a little nervous because I was so excited. I didn't know exactly how I was going to look or work. And that's how it usually is. When I first got started doing any type of live webcast or presenting in front of people, I was nervous beyond belief. I can remember the day about 8 years ago. I got hired to present doing live online webinars where I was going to be selling things. Now, I'm like, the first time all I had to do was introduce the speaker. And I remember I was in a house in front of a screen, kind of like this, and I was so nervous. All I had to do was introduce somebody, and they would do all the rest of the talking. I was a nervous wreck. I didn't know if I was going to mess it up, and people were going to be there, and what were they going to think about me? And we do that. We start to wonder, what are people going to think about me? And we get all weird and worried, and our ego starts to climb out of our bodies. Like, actually, people are okay with us messing up and being human and things not being perfect. And that's a part of life. But unless you're willing to step and lean deep into your fears and into your, what makes you feel the most uncomfort, you won't grow. We grow where we're uncomfortable. Does that make sense to you? I can read your comments. D, I'm glad to have you. Lala, thanks for the haircut compliment. 2 haircut compliments. Coldplay, I love Coldplay, Paula Barroso. And let's talk about the haircut. I just got a haircut, okay? It was fascinating. I met Ernie for the first time. I drove around looking for a place to get my hair cut because I just didn't want to go to the same place I went last time. I was like, okay, you can't really mess up my hair, but I didn't want to go there again. I didn't have the best experience. So I'm driving around. I find this little town called Minturn. Beautiful, like 15 minutes away. Right on the mountain, there's a river and a stream that's rolling through, and this little tiny barber. And I pull up and I go in. I meet Ernie. Ernie begins to cut my hair, and we just start to talk. He's asking me questions. First question, are you working over the summer? I go, no, I just finished working at Vail, and I was working for a little bit, and it's summertime, but I'm actually just doing this online business. Been trying, to get it off the ground for 2 years, and we just did it. The name of the company's Heal. He goes, oh, online, that's much better. You can make a lot of money and actually talk to a lot of people. I go, Ernie, I got a question. How long have you been cutting hair? I couldn't believe it. He had been there for 46 years in the same place, cutting hair. And as I start to think, Ernie, what's kept you here so long? Well, it's simple. We moved here. We loved it. I was in the military before. But to be honest with you, it's just what I knew. And that's what I was exposed to, because for us, the internet wasn't around in those days, as he said. People ask me often, how did you live without the internet? But he's happy. He's peaceful. But Ernie's the ideal example, because all of us have been there or are there or planning on being there forever. Every time Ernie cuts a hair, he gets $15. Like most people, I gave him a $5 tip, $20. You can do the math. He has to cut 10 hairs in one day to get $200, $20 to $400. It takes a lot of hair cutting. Let me ask you something. If Ernie doesn't go into work, let's say on Sunday, how many haircuts is he able to perform? He isn't. Ernie only gets paid when he works. If you're working hourly or salary, you actually only get paid when you work. Now, don't take offense to this, because I've done it. I've had hundreds of jobs, valet, server, restaurants, manager in offices, several different offices. I've done everything. I just worked for $10 an hour. I started out, and you can ask my mom, I was cleaning tables, cleaning floors, cashiering, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, we got this better job for you that you probably fit. It's at this really exclusive, nice club. You can go in there and work. And then I was getting $10 an hour plus tips. It's like, okay, this is great. And I said, this is actually quite easy because there isn't too much stress of figuring things out. But where is the expansion of this? Where do I go from here? How do I travel? How do I spend time with my family? And so what am I worth? What are you worth? What is your time worth? Are you going to leave a legacy doing what you're doing right now forever? Are you making a mark on the world? Are you really, truthfully happy with what you have today if this is all you're going to have? Are you growing? Are you expanding? See, this world is full of something that holds us all down. That is scarcity. There isn't enough. There's not enough water. We're going to run out of drinking water. That's literally, virtually impossible with all the ocean we have. They can, as they're turning salt water into drinking water over time. But there's scarcity, which actually bleeds into other things like doubt. I'm not good enough. I couldn't do that. I could never do that. And then there's this shame and regret that are holding all of us victims. Now, Ernie isn't the victim. Ernie's actually happy. But I'll tell you what Ernie said to me. I wish I would have known, or I would have had a little bit different of a route, because it is a little bit of a redundant thing every day. He openly, out of humility, vulnerability, said that. He wasn't saying he hated what he does. He's saying, I wish I had more. I've been here for 46 years cutting hair because I didn't know there was another way. I want you to open your eyes. There is another way. This isn't a fly-by-night, and this is certainly not a get-rich-quick thing. This isn't a, hey, get started, and all of a sudden, life's going to change drastically. I advocate hard work. I've been working on this with a team of people for 2 years. And we've got and created something special so people just like yourself can access your mobile phone or your laptop, and you can travel the world or stay at home, which I'm trying to speak to a lot of parents. You can stay at home and you can actually be able to leverage a reputable, solid, sustainable model that we have in place. We have taken health, monster, gigantic, trillion-dollar industry, the e-learning space, which is one of the most rapidly growing industries in the world. Most corporations are now using e-learning to provide training, support, encouragement for people. It's everywhere. Even most college students are now doing some of their classes online. We've just leveraged that, but with the social entrepreneurship that's going on right now, which isn't new, but it's the high-tech, high-touch. So you still get that connection with people, but it's quick, it's fast, it's simple, it is highly profitable. And this isn't new. They've been doing this relationship marketing, direct selling, affiliate marketing for a long, long time. I've personally been in it most of my life, unsuccessful for many years, spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, bought all the products, went to all the events, had all the best coaches and mentors, all of it, didn't make any money. Wasn't because of the company, wasn't because of my coach, it was because of me. I was unwilling to work hard on myself, 1. Number 2, I didn't believe in what I was a part of. Without belief, nobody buys. If you don't believe me, you certainly aren't going to buy what I have. It doesn't matter what I'm selling you. Even if you want it, you're like, I'm not buying from this guy, I don't believe him. Without belief, nobody buys. I didn't believe what I was doing. How was I able to share that message with others? How was I able to grow and expand? You got to believe in what you're part of. You got to believe this is for you. The last 2 years, though, after I failed a lot, I started to learn it. I learned the system. I made hundreds of thousands of dollars. I was able to take all that money and put it all into something I believed in. My brother was right there with me the whole time, took everything he had, believed in it. Then we were able to convince other people of doing this before we had any money, before we had anything. It was just a vision. And we somehow manage to attract the best of the best, people that know this industry, that create marketing systems so we can market at ease. That's why it's such joy for me already to hear what's happening. People that are plugging into our products are having immediate stories. I'm crying. This is what I needed. I've always wanted this. Thank you so much. And it's like, for me, I'm grateful because I know we can get healthy, we can have fun, we can help people, and we can get paid. And that's what the model is all about. I heard something fascinating this morning. I was able to have some new relationships with the place I worked at. And I got to speed through this because we got 5 minutes. It's going to be 18 minutes every time. But I work at a private club where all the members, it's $70,000 to join, to come in and put your skis in. So I met some people. Now, I'm not going to disclose anything about that, but I can tell you this. Today I learned some things that were so powerful that I already thought I knew, but it solidified it. And according to companies like, let's say, Google, over the next couple years, and you might already know this, video marketing, videos on the internet are going to attribute to 85% of internet traffic, people searching the webs. We are going to leverage that like no other company ever before. I've been with over 30 companies. They make great videos, but they don't leverage it with the field, with you. You're going to get started with this company, and we're going to provide you with the videos to use for marketing, teach you how to use those videos to market. We already have 150 videos created and podcasts. People want to learn listening now. They want to see it on their device. Things are changing. The education system is going to have to shift because the kids are learning in a different way. And I believe in my heart that we can provide a tool for them to have an education that matters. And that we, as adults, or maybe you're the child here, you're watching this and your parent brought you here, and I hope that is, but you want something that's better than what everybody else has the opportunity with, because you don't want to have to cut hair your whole life, not thinking that there was not another opportunity for you. And I'm not saying that cutting hair there's anything wrong with it. My best friends, they're barbers. They know, admittedly, the most I can get is $40, $50, $80 a haircut. And I got to keep cutting hair over and over and over to earn. If you can't earn residual income in what you're doing, you have to change the system because the world is changing. And the question is, how much are you worth? Are you going to change with the trends? Are you going to adapt with the way the world is changing? Because that's what we are. We are on the forefront, not in the back, the forefront of a major global economic and conscious shift. We are here. It is happening with or without us. I'm just saying, I'm suggesting that we do this together. I'm not able to get the message out to everyone alone. I'm just willing to show up here each day and to keep providing you and giving you everything that we have. As a company, I can assure you we have a lot in place. We have the best compensation payout plan I have ever seen. And I would challenge anyone who's part of any other company to show me that that's not accurate. We also have an unbelievable marketing system that's going to get better and better and better every day. We have epic videos that are easy to share with a system that is simply share the videos, invite to a call or something like this, follow up, and talk about your success. The model is simple, basic, sustainable, and it's going to work. But the most important thing is this. Do you believe in what I'm telling you? Do you believe in that model? Do you believe that health is important? Do you believe that it's important to educate our kids and provide them with a better opportunity for the future? Do you believe that traveling or spending time with your family is important to you? And do you believe that you have to adapt and shift as the world is doing it? If you do, this is for you. It's easy to get started. We're helping everybody. I'm not doing this so I can sign you up and make a profit. I'm doing this to build people up who are already a part of this. That's why I'm here every day, live at 5. I'm going to be here relentlessly because I know in 3 weeks and 21 days, I'm going to form a habit that I'm not only going to learn how to do this quick and in 18 minutes, but I'm going to help thousands of people's lives. And the results are already happening. I'm so blessed and fortunate because I'm just a normal guy who struggled. Drug addiction, poverty. I struggled with traumas. I struggled with it all. But I knew in my heart there was a better way to live. And I was willing to do everything to give that to you. It's 18 minutes. I want you to say it like you mean it. It's time to heal. Every second, every minute, every hour, and every day. It's all on you.